Today's episode of the Fan Feed Network podcast is brought to you by Bonnier Jewelry. Welcome back to the Fan Feed podcast, week 11. Today, we're talking about the 10 NFL coaches currently sitting on the hottest seats in the league. Sorry. These are the guys whose jobs depend on only one thing, convincing their fan bases and their team that next week is going to somehow be different. We're going to shine the light on some young up-and-coming coaches and also talk about some veteran coaches who are patiently waiting for their opportunity to return to the NFL. Some of these guys are 100% getting a phone call next year for a head coaching job. It's chaos, it's drama, it's career lifelines. We're breaking it all down tonight, so let's get into it.
Every week a new headline drops. Game day fire and sideline shocks. Oh, soft fan feed. This. Oh, welcome to the show. We're bringing the heat. No suits, no scripts, just takes from the street. Every week we break down the squads. Real fans. This is the Fan Feed Pod.
Yo, what is going on? Trey, how are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Dude, I am feeling awesome. We already have Sports Zone in the chat. What's up, Sports Zone?
Let's go, Sports Zone. What's up?
My man, I want to know, how are you feeling right now, Sports Zone, about Jameis Winston starting for the New York Football Giants this Sunday? So exciting.
So
man,
exciting.
Big news.
Dude, Jackson Dart going down sucked, but Jameis Winston getting the nod is like the most exciting thing. To me,
He was the sacrifice we needed.
Yeah.
I heard Russell Wilson is now selling cameos.
Oh my gosh.
$333 for a cameo. Definitely thought about buying one for Fan Feed. Thought that would be fun, but so if anybody's got donations they want to send us, we'll do a Russell Wilson cameo for the show.
Yeah.
Sportsman says looking forward to it. We all are, my friend. We all are.
Yeah.
But Trey, I have to ask you a question.
Oh boy.
All right. So when you listen to podcasts,
okay,
or YouTube videos, longer form YouTube videos, do you do anything differently? Like, do you listen to them at higher speeds, low speeds? Like, do you change anything?
Oh no, I can't do that because a lot of times like my focus will actually drift somewhere else for a minute, and I'll be like, oh crap, I got to go back. And if I am fast forwarding it, then I feel like, oh my gosh, how much did I miss? Like 5 minutes of the show, or was it 30 seconds? Like sometimes I just like completely zone out for a second, but I want to know what they're saying. Like I come back in and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. But no, why is that?
Oh, because I'm a speed demon.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I started listening to things at like 1.2 times speed.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, because I was just listening to a lot. I was trying to learn a lot of different things, so I was trying to squeeze a lot into a single day. And so 1.2 was it for a while. Then it went up to 1.5. Dude, I'm up to 2 times speed.
Dang.
Like everything I listen to. And so I don't know. It's a skill. Like, and I retain, like, especially with football shows, like I retain so much from it. It is wild.
When you're having normal conversations with people, does it feel like someone's driving like 35 on the interstate?
Well, that's the point I'm trying to bring up. Real quick, Seamus is in the chat, says 1.2 times always. I think that's a great speed. I feel like that's just a little faster, you know. But so I was I've had everything on 2 times speed for a while. I was going back and editing some of our videos, doing like timestamps and stuff. And I slowed it down to regular speed, and I heard myself talk, and I was like, God, is that what I sound like? Like it sounded like I was, this game is really sick, dude. I was so mad. I don't feel that way in normal conversations, but now when I take my podcast back to 1 time speed, it's just weird, man. I don't like it. I don't like how slow everybody talks.
Imagine going back to this, listen to like this, and be like, "Oh, I'm so excited to listen to week 11." Now I'll go back and listen to that double time the speed. see how annoying that's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna try and pick it up a little bit, so just to annoy you a little bit when you're going back through and listening to them.
That's right. It goes super fast. Yeah. So this one, but no, it's It's a good thing. I think everybody should grow the skill to listen to that stuff a little faster.
Sure.
You know, it doesn't hurt at all. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We're talking coaches today. That's the big topic of conversation. It's week 11. We've got 2 firings already. We'll dig into that a little bit later. But first, we're going to go into some news and notes. Well, actually, before we go into that, I do have to bring this up. It's my typical thing I got to bring up. Trey, how about those Broncos, man?
Dude, how about them?
They look good on Thursday.
Yeah, they did. It's disgusting.
That's what I heard.
Let me.
I don't know who said it.
Yeah. Man, it's just a rough. I mean, we also are in 2025, so everybody just wants points, right? Like that's what you just want to see your team put up, 40 points. But what if? I don't know. What if your team was putting up like 40 points every game, but the other team was also putting up like 35 to 40 points per game? Like that would kind of suck a little bit. Like it wouldn't be a good situation for football. Like, I don't know. To me, I would rather have football games like this, that are really low scoring and it's just a defensive slugfest. Even though, you're longing for a lot more from the offense, but yeah, offense had a bad day. Marvin Mims wasn't out there, and I've been wondering like how much that was going to affect the offense, but it seemingly had a pretty big effect. And then J.K. Dobbins was okay. He was okay for that game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything was left to be desired a little bit more.
I think RJ only touched the ball like 4 or 5 times that game.
Yeah,
that was kind of sad for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so bad that Sean Payton was like, I gotta get out there and get little Jordan Humphrey. I just have to have him on this team. If we want to score points,
why?
It's Lil Jordan because he's the best run blocker.
Yeah, he's the best run blocker. Yeah. And J.K. Dobbins is going to be out. That's a for anybody watching who has J.K. Dobbins on your fantasy team, go pick up R.J. Harvey or trade for him right now because J.K. Dobbins is going to be out this week. Hey, that's kind of a good segue because I wanted to talk to you about the Monday night game.
Okay. Yep. The 10-7.
Yeah, 10-7, right?
2 10-7s.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that one? I'm asking for a reason. I want to bring something up.
So I didn't watch the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Because of obvious reasons. Monday night games aren't on ESPN. I did find out that you can go to the NFL Plus app, plug in your YouTube TV login, and then cast the Monday night game to your TV. So for those of you watching, there's a good, easy way to go around it if you're a YouTube TV customer. But yeah, no, I just didn't watch it. I wasn't interested in the game. We talked about it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And like the more I listened to both, I think it was Steph and Anthony, and the more they were talking about the game, the more I was just like, oh God, this is going to be a gross game. I'll tell you how bad it was. I've hit 2 nice bets between last week and this past week on the Sunday show. It was the Brothers Parlay. I hit 2 of them. And usually that means I just go and throw a little bit on everything. Yeah. I did not bet the Monday night game at all. Had no interest.
Yep.
So, why do you bring it up?
Yeah. So I wanted to show. I just want to know what you think about the Eagles after that game.
Oh, I see what you do. I already saw this post.
Let's just see. Yeah.
So what do I think about the Eagles? I think that was a tough game. I mean, Packers, Eagles, it was an ugly game. And it's the same thing we've seen from the offense from the Eagles is that, once they come against a good defense, they're pretty neutralized because they're not really good at running the ball, which was their identity all last year.
Yep.
Passing the ball has been an issue for quite a few years. It's just been covered up by the run game, and everything was just bad Monday night.
So, okay. And wouldn't you say that it was pretty much the same script? I mean, it was the same thing that was happening in both of those games. You start out that weekend with 10-7 ugly win. And you end week 10 with a 10-7 ugly win. And the narrative surrounding this is so much. It's so different. It's like, oh, the Broncos are dog water, but it's like, oh, the Eagles did it again, despite all odds against them and stuff. And let me show you something because I want to show this.
I was hoping this was going to come up.
Yeah. I want to show. Okay, let me show you this. All right, let me see if it can you see this? I can make it bigger. I'll make it bigger.
See if you can zoom that in.
Yeah.
This is the ESPN or NFL power rankings.
NFL Network power rankings this week, right? All right, check this out. Monday night, the Eagles won another gritty, ugly game. They're back, baby. Style points don't apply to this team, right? That's what they say. All right, let's scroll down to where they've got the Denver Broncos, who, by the way, walked into Philadelphia and beat the Philadelphia Eagles better than 10-7. They scored a lot more. I've been hearing it from Broncos fans who believe I have their team ranked too low, but in Thursday's ugly win reaffirmed the feeling that slow playing Denver is the right call. It's just completely different. Like, it's completely different narrative, dude. I don't understand, because it's.
Can I tell you why?
Like, it's the same game. They played the same exact game. Like, both offenses were anemic. Their defenses were great. They held some really bad quarterbacks. Say what you will about Jordan Love, I still think he's really bad. And I think that when you put him up against the team like the Eagles, who's got a pretty average defense, he looks bad. Can
I tell you why this is so different? Why I actually agree with what this guy's written?
No, you don't. Dude, whatever you say is going to be crazy.
Because we're talking about the difference between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, but that doesn't
the Broncos
matter.
played the Raiders. The Eagles played the Packers. How?
That doesn't matter, because divisional games are so much harder.
Hi, kiddos. Yeah, Trey's just he's living out his fandom. This is good for him to kind of process his emotions. And if this is how Trey needs to cope with that horrible win on Thursday night, I'm good with that. But no, the Packers, like, that was expected to be a close game. It wasn't expected either team to score well, because both their offenses are struggling. Both their defenses are very good. Yeah. Broncos versus the Raiders. I mean, what were y'all speaking on Thursday night? You and Jose.
Yeah,
Jose,
I mean, I'm
going to see those.
We're talking about a blowout. Of course.
Of course. Jose said, I think it's going to be kind of close
against divisional opponents, right?
It's going to be 34-3.
Yeah.
And, man, I mean, there were moments in that game. I mean, the Raiders literally lost that game. Like,
dude, they were trying to give it away. I mean,
yeah, there were so many bad points.
Yeah.
So it just, and I'm not saying the Broncos are bad. It's just, that was a really bad game for them against a really bad defense. It is divisional, so I'll give you that. But Eagles versus Packers, I don't agree with we're back, baby. I mean, what are we back to for the Eagles?
Exactly.
Like, no, you're not back. Saquon still has not done anything. Yeah, crazy.
I don't know, man. It was just to me, it's kind of crazy that someone could say, "Oh my gosh, like the Eagles are such a good team," and then you look at the Broncos, who, I don't know. Again, they did the same thing. It doesn't matter. It was a divisional game versus the Green Bay Packers, and we'll see. Broncos also,
and that's
later on this
that's
year.
Probably the two top teams in the NFC. So
what? No.
Potentially two of the top teams.
Are you serious? I wouldn't rank either one of them in the top two teams.
I wouldn't
Rams
rank them, but by record, I think they are. Packers have only lost twice. Eagles have only lost twice. I would take the Rams
over them in a heartbeat.
I would take the Seahawks over both of them.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Rams, yeah, there you go. You just talked yourself out of your point.
No. What I'm saying is, by record, they are two of the best teams in the NFC.
Okay.
So,
sure.
I knew this. I literally saw this Twitter post earlier. I knew it was coming up. I do have to fact check you, though. Okay. You ready for this? All right. So last week you talked about Bo Nix having such a good deep target percentage. That was actually incorrect because according to this stat, on throws over 10 yards, Bo Nix has an off-target rate of 39%, which is 32nd among all NFL quarterbacks. When Bo Nix is in a clean pocket, he's still off target 37% of the time, which is also 32nd.
Yeah, he's definitely like regressing a little bit from what he was last year, even from earlier this year. Part of me thinks like he's dealing with an injury, actually. I don't know. Like, you go back to earlier this year, even like against the Colts, for instance, he was throwing some dimes down the sideline, like absolutely incredible throws. And it's
who was their secondary over there in Indy at that point?
I don't know. I don't remember.
We are farmers.
I'm talking about, like, you go back to any game, any of the first like few games. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Is I just threw them out because that was the first clip that popped into my head. Is one that I saw earlier this year. Anyways,
you ready for me to make one last comparison before we move to news and notes?
Let's go.
I saw somebody else talking about this on Twitter. Pittsburgh Steelers last year were dominant defensively, very dominant defensively, but offensively struggled, most of the season. They rushed off to I think it was 8-0 or 10-0 start. And then they lost like the last 6 games of the regular season.
You guys were 11-0 that year.
They were 11-0. And somebody was comparing the Broncos this year to the Steelers of last year, and that they will be a first round exit team. I don't know.
But based on what? Just because they don't think that they're going to do well?
The way the offense is playing, all the offensive ranks versus the defensive ranks are very similar.
You know what they're also similar to is the 2015 Super Bowl Broncos team.
That is true too.
The
difference is
eerily
Peyton
similar.
Manning versus Bo Nix.
Sure. I mean, but
hey, let me ask you this. This is a good question. Okay. Would you rather have Peyton Manning's mind or Bo Nix's abilities?
I mean, you have to go with the mind, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Like football is a cerebral sport. It's like you can.
We're talking about the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I mean, but you talk about Tom Brady. Like, he's so smart with the football. Right. Like, towards the end, he definitely didn't have that same arm that he used to have, but he could just dissect coverages and he knew where to go with the ball. He knew what kind of stuff was going to get thrown his way. So I mean, you have to take the mind over the body, but they both matter. And
they do.
Bo's got them both. I don't know, man. I think he could be hurt. I think there could be something he's dealing with, but we'll see. We'll probably come out the end of the year.
Second year slump. Real quick, I want to shout out Derpy. He says, I don't know what's worse, Eagles fans or Lamar fans. Sports Zone says that I thought I was going to lose in one of my leagues until Jalen Hurts and Smith finally picked it up. Good for you. And finally picked it up. That couldn't have been much of a pickup. There were a lot of games decided by the Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
No, they did
not doing anything
this week. Yeah, I think. Did
Devontae score a touchdown?
I think. Yeah, Devontae Smith. He had the only touchdown. I think he had 20 points or something. It was crazy.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh,
he actually, because of that touchdown, obviously, but I think he got peppered a lot throughout the game.
Okay. Well, yeah, he was the only one going to be open. AJ's not very good against the style of defense the Packers play. And last, we'll shout out Kendrick. Based on this convo, it'll be crazy if we see a Broncos-Eagles Super Bowl. Kendrick, why would you? That just hurt my heart, man.
That just means the Broncos are going to beat them again because they already beat them in Philly. And then you go to a neutral field, it's over.
You talk about a gross game. I'm not sure points get scored in this one.
The Broncos already beat the Eagles this year. The Eagles were undefeated. They were 4-0. The Broncos beat them. They were 4-0.
That's regular season, bro.
Yeah, I mean, regular season counts.
Kind of. All right, well, let's get into the show. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in the comments. Keep commenting. Keep hanging out with us. This is a good time. We're going to hit some news and notes real quick. Since we're talking about this Monday night game, Tush Push is back at it again. And honestly, I thought it's so annoying that the Eagles keep getting away with penalized being the false start. That's what I'm trying to say. And they did it so badly, but it's so funny that it happened to the Packers, the one team that was adamant, this has got to be gone.
and that's part of the game that I did see is the broadcast kept replaying it over and over and over again. They were like, look at him jumping, dude. And then I saw the Packers tried to do it and they got called for a false start.
And it was way less blatant. It was such a ticky-tacky. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh. It is crazy. It's crazy how they just allow it to happen. It's FBI, investigate this. Every week there's something for the FBI to investigate, man. And
who do the refs love more, the Philadelphia Eagles when they do the tush push or Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes, easy.
Oh,
easy. They love him. Well, maybe not this year.
I don't know. The Eagles this year are getting away with murder on some of these.
They are.
It's so bad.
They're definitely I don't know. They seem to be off the Patrick Mahomes train a little bit.
Probably
because they got raked over the coals the last 12 months.
Yeah, Twitter was going to come after them if they kept supporting Mahomes. Like if the Chiefs beat the Bills, that would have been bad. All right. Small news: Deron Payne suspended 1 game for punching Amon-Ra. Did you see that?
Saw it. Yeah.
It makes no sense to me why NFL players decide to punch other players in the helmet.
Yeah, in the helmet.
That's got to hurt way worse.
You're damaging yourself in more ways than one.
And actually, if you watch back at this game, Amon-Ra actually punched him first.
Yeah, I saw that.
I can't remember if it was earlier in the play or a play that happened earlier in the series, but yeah, just crazy. The retaliator always gets dinged.
Yeah.
More exciting news: Joe Burrow, 21-day practice window has opened up. He returned to practice yesterday. So that's a big deal for the Bengals. Obviously, Uncle Joe's been playing really well. But nephew Joe, that's where it's at. And that's, he's going to be the guy that takes them to the promised land. And they're still live in that division, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so good. Yeah, this tweet went semi-viral. I can't even read it. That's a bummer.
So you can't read it?
My screen full screen. Oh, I made my screen full screen. There we go. Okay. I'm looking on my little tiny laptop. Tomlin game planning. This was a comment on the Ian Rappaport post, I believe.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin game planning for both Flacco and Burrow. We know he can't. He's just so scared of Flacco.
Yeah.
And then with Burrow coming back, that man was just hurting.
Dude. Oh my gosh.
So
when
good.
I saw that, I legitimately laughed out loud. Like legitimately.
Yeah, that was so funny.
It was such a perfect use of that.
Yeah. Shout out to the social team.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Go follow us on all socials.
Please.
Twitter, Instagram, or X and TikTok. Follow us all there. All right. Garrett Wilson to the IR.
Yep.
Sad for the Jets. Nothing much to report on that, but just bad for the Jets.
Do you think he was gonna get traded and then they were like, oh, he might be an IR candidate?
I don't think they were. I think they really recognize how good he is.
Yeah.
I mean, all things being equal, I don't think he's as good as Justin Jefferson, but I think he's just a little bit lesser of a Justin Jefferson. I mean, he is so good, and he has just been so screwed by the team situation.
It's true. I mean, but Justin Jefferson also does a lot with very little.
And that's why I say he's not as good as Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's also never had to deal with Justin Fields, who cannot see down the field.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers last year, who did like Garrett until Devontae showed up. And then I can't remember who started for him the year prior, but it wasn't good. So, it Garrett Wilson?
I think, was it Zach Wilson?
I don't even know if he started a full season, but that's probably who it was.
He did, because Aaron Rodgers went down with that Achilles. So Zach Wilson played.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a gross year too.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson, just poor guy. Like, he would be so good. We'd be talking about him as like a top 5, top 6 receiver in the NFL right now if he had a decent quarterback. Mecole Hardman got signed to the Bills practice squad. Thought that was pretty interesting. Get a little speed in there. Bills are just throwing darts at the wall, just trying to get somebody who can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter. Oh, pour one out. We just hit our hot take review. We both kind of agreed that Travis Hunter was definitely in the running for offensive rookie of the year. That was your original take.
Yeah.
And it was looking like it was going to come to fruition because he had that breakout game.
Yep.
And then they had the bye.
Yards. He had 100 yards and a touchdown in the same game against the Rams. Yeah.
Against the Rams. That's the best part.
Yep.
And so he was just getting heated up. Pour one out for the homies. That just sucks.
Real quick on that. What who do you think is gonna be the offensive rookie of the year? Running back?
Feel like it's gotta be or Jackson Dart.
Egbuka.
Egbuka's also a good one. Jackson Dart probably though.
Jackson Dart probably.
They love the quarterbacks, but I think Emeka, if he hadn't gotten injured, was definitely the front runner.
Yeah,
I mean, but we could say that about a Marion Hampton. There's a lot of good rookies in this class, just a lot of injuries. So Travis Hunter, I definitely think he would have been in there potentially. But all right, Asante Samuel Jr., name we haven't heard in a while, signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. He got spinal fusion surgery last year. And he's been cleared by doctors. He got signed. There were 10 teams who were interviewing him.
I was going to say that's a good signing for you guys. Asante Samuel. Signing. He's a good corner. He's not elite. But
he's instantly our best corner.
Yeah. That's where you are. That's where you know. The other day, I texted you. I was like, "You would rather have Riley Moss than whoever you got out there now," and you didn't respond to me because I knew you were like, "I would rather have Riley Moss than who we got out there now."
It would be better as a team, but I think it would give me too much Ike Taylor PTSD. You can ask all my friends. I freaking hate Ike Taylor. I couldn't stand watching those games because so many of them would be decided by like one score.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, like they throw a fade into the end zone. It's just so like routine. And Ike Taylor would just be all over the guy and get a pass interference. And then he'd be standing in the corner, not seeing the flag.
Or when DT took off that Tim Tebow 80-yard touchdown in playoffs.
Exactly. That was Ike. That was Ike covering.
I know.
And Ike is slow. That's the worst part. He's like a big physical corner who gets too many penalties, and he's slow. It's just like, how did he play in the NFL for so long? How does he have a job with ESPN?
Yeah.
Like commentating on stuff. Like, I wouldn't want to hear a single word he had to say.
I mean, I guess you don't have to be good at football to to talk about football.
That is true. But his card should be revoked.
Yeah.
Anyway, we said this at the top of the show, but this is super exciting. Jameis Winston getting the start for the Giants with Jackson Dart out. Huge for the culture. Huge for Fan Feed Network. We are big Jameis Winston fans. We love Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
But we'll take one game without Dart to get one game of Winston.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they are playing the Packers.
We love two of those quarterbacks in that room. Yeah. We hate the other one.
You think Jameis Winston's going to throw? What do you think? Over or under 2 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers?
He'll throw. That's a good line.
2 or more, or
I'll say, he'll do like 3 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Let's go. Go.
And he'll lose.
Yeah. It's going to be like 379 yards.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
And they will lose on a heartbreaking field goal.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are going, that's crazy, that couldn't happen. Just remember what Dak did to these guys. And Dak isn't half the quarterback that Jameis Winston is. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Jameis is so good, man. He's so good. He's just such a good. I want a Jameis Winston jersey. Honestly,
I wanted to. And that number 19 is kind of slick.
Yeah.
All right. Last bit of news: Brock Purdy active. Yeah. Finally, we get some Brock Purdy back. I hear Ricky Pearsall is also planning to play this week.
Yeah. Finally.
So that would be huge for the Niners. But yeah, with that. We're going to head into coaching vacancies. Before we do, just want to remind everybody, if you're new here, you've never been here before, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like the video, share some comments, come hang out with us. This is supposed to be fun. We're just hanging out before the Thursday night game. We're talking about coaches getting fired and stuff like that. And then we're doing game preview a little later, so hang out. Follow us on socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're active on all 3 of those. And then also you can listen to us anywhere podcasts are released, wherever you like to listen to your podcast. If you can't make it to the stream, it's a great way to listen to it. I prefer to listen to it on 2 times speed, but you can listen to it whatever speed you want. And with that, we're going to go ahead and have a word from our sponsor. So, yeah.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheure Jewelry. Bonheure is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support Fan Feed Network. Check them out.
All right. Cool. So, like I said, talking coaching hires, coaching carousel all the way around. We're going to cover 10 teams that their coaches are on the hot seat. We're not sure who all's going to get fired and who's going to keep their job. Some of these guys will probably keep their job, unfortunately for their franchises. But I think last year there was 8 head coach openings. The year before was 7. So we're looking roughly around 7 to 8. So 10 is a good estimate. So we'll talk about who's going to get fired, what openings there are, and then we'll look at some of the talent pool, some of the up and coming coordinators, and some veteran coordinators who will probably be in the front runnings for head coaching jobs this upcoming cycle. You ready for this, Trey?
But let's go.
All right, number 1, Sean Payton. Get him out of there. I'm just kidding.
I did, on a very real level, want to talk to you about Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you want to talk about?
I mean, what are your thoughts? What do you think the chances are that he actually separates from the organization? I
think they're pretty low. I think
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of obviously with losing to the Bengals and the Packers 2 weeks in a row, there's a lot of frustration. And then losing to the Chargers this past Sunday night, that was just such a poor excuse for a football game.
Yeah.
It's so hard to watch Steelers football. The Steelers organization is so loyal. That's like one of the key things with them. I mean, Chuck Noll coached there for like 30 something years. Bill Cowher, 20 something years. And really those guys never got fired. They just were like, I think I'm done with this. And then they hired Tomlin. So they really haven't fired head coaches, even with their coordinators, like Matt Canada a couple years ago. They refused to fire him, even though we were the worst offense in the league by far. And they got rid of him at the end of his contract.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, a lot of it comes down to like, who are you going to replace him with? Like, that's the big thing, right? Like mid-season, like, why would you do that mid-season unless it's awful, truly, truly awful, you know?
Yeah. And the Steelers haven't been truly awful. I mean, it's been frustrating as a fan, and we've had some really typical Steelers losses, which is very frustrating for the fan base. But still, it's like, I think there's only one guy in this coaching pool, maybe one or two guys that I'd be like, okay, I could see the Steelers going for this guy and rebuilding and, building around this coach.
Yeah.
So outside of that, like, Tomlin will be instantly scooped up. Apparently there's rumors that the Giants could trade for Mike Tomlin. And so teams were talking about a potential first. Yeah, there it is. Sports Zone's on here. We're on the same page. Some want Tomlin for the Giants, but I'm like, he's not leaving the Steelers. Yeah. I don't think he's going to lead the Steelers. And I definitely don't think the Steelers, as forward thinking as they've become, I don't think they're going to trade him. Only the Broncos do that.
Yeah.
Trade for.
I mean, it's worked out so far for us.
It's worked out great. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of a good head coach.
Yeah. And we were 5-12 in 2022, and we traded for a head coach, and now we're 8-2 heading into week 11. It's worked out.
Yeah. I've told you my thesis is that Tomlin just needs to hand over like the scheming and the coaching duties to the coordinators, and we need to hire better coordinators.
Yep.
That's where Tomlin's strength is leading men. It's not in scheming up defenses. So, but let's get into this. Two coaches so far already fired. Brian Daboll just got fired this past week.
Yeah.
So offensive coordinator Mike Kafka taking over as the interim head coach. Really quick, do you think that Daboll deserved to be fired?
No. I think he got but also yes. I mean, I guess because you can't look at it in the vacuum of like just this year. Like, he's had 2.5 years to really, really show himself. And I mean, like what I just said a minute ago, the Broncos 2.5 years ago were 5-12, and now they're 8-2. And it just shows what you can do. If you get a young quarterback, they finally did get a young quarterback, but I don't know. They seemed pretty set on, even starting Russell Wilson over Jackson Dart this year, and, making a lot of questionable calls. And you do wonder if they started Jackson Dart from the get-go, how far along they'd be right now. Maybe they're, fully entrenched in a whole different style of offense than they were. And maybe Scottaboo, doesn't get injured like he did. Maybe Malik Neighbors doesn't get injured the same way he did. You never know. I think it was time. I don't think that Daboll is necessarily a bad coach, but I think that he does need a fresh start somewhere else. Probably, heading back to defensive. I don't know. I think he'll probably go to like a defensive coordinator or something.
So SportsZone says we gave it time, but losing games with good leads didn't help him. And that, I think, was the big thing. I think it was kind of predetermined at the beginning of the year because they've given it a shot for the last 3-something years. They see Daniel Jones balling out elsewhere. That doesn't help his case. Of course, Jackson Dart hits, but then they have all the injuries. But even with the injuries, they've been playing good football. But the last couple games they've lost, and they've held good leads, and part of that is coaching issues. And so, it just sucks to see Daboll ripped away from his love so early on. But I think it makes sense. And Joe Shane's done a very good job in the draft. Obviously, there's the clip going around of Daboll being the one who wanted Jackson Dart, and Shane being like, look, y'all do what you want to do. It's not on me. That wasn't a good look for Shane. But despite that, they've added some very good talent on this team. And, there's some good coaches in this cycle that they could look at. So Mike Kafka is going to be taking over as interim head coach. He's the OC. I think an interesting landing spot for Brian Daboll would actually be over in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not as the head coach again, but as offensive coordinator, reunite with Josh Allen. And I think Joe Brady, I say that because I think Joe Brady is going to be one of the top head coaching candidates this offseason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't really like his offense, and I don't really like him as a coach, but he had college success, NFL success. Well,
Josh Allen did have success with him prior. That's why he got a head coaching job in the first place.
That's right.
So
he fixed Josh Allen.
Yeah, and I do think, and maybe this is jumping a little bit ahead, but I do think that Joe Brady over there now is going to be a head coach. We'll get to that, but
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Also, the Titans have already fired Brian Callahan a few weeks ago. That was going to happen. Callahan has done nothing to add to that team. It's just been sad. So offensive coordinator Mike McCoy is taking over as interim head coach. Here are the other 8 teams that I'm predicting will be on the hot seat. So Dolphins, Mike McDaniel will get fired at the end of the season. Don't like it, but he will. Packers, Matt LaFleur, if they do not have much success going into this postseason, I could definitely see LaFleur losing his job. There were reports this week that that could happen. So Sean McDermott from the Bills, another Titan in coaching, with a team that just continues to fail in the postseason. If they fail again, I don't think the front office is going to have patience to stick with him one more year and waste Josh Allen's career.
Right.
And he's really bad at game management. It's so bad. Not that he's a bad coach, but he is one of the worst game managers I've ever seen.
It's almost comical. It's not like Eberflus last year, but it's sometimes you're like, why would you ever do that? I'm not a coach, and I know you don't do that in that situation.
That's right. That's right. So other hot seat guys, these are the more obvious guys. Falcons Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
He has talked a big game. They've made a lot of moves down there, and they've still been mediocre at best. They're a lot like the Steelers. They continue to lose games they should win, like getting blown out by the Panthers, and then win games they shouldn't, like against the Bills, but they're just totally inconsistent all over the place. He's definitely on the hot seat right now, especially with a young core. Browns, Kevin Stefanski, he's been there for a long time. Not a lot of success. They are rebuilding, but maybe within this rebuild and getting a new quarterback probably in the 2026 draft, maybe they just want to start fresh with a new coach. Bengals, Zac Taylor. Obviously, we know Zac Taylor. We know not a very good coach. Probably a decent offensive coordinator. I think his offense is really, really simple. So I don't think he's like a guru, but he could definitely be on the hot seat if the Bengals miss the playoffs once again. Raiders, Pete Carroll could be one and done over there. And then Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon has, they've not really done much of anything over there in Arizona. And apparently Jacoby Brissett is much better than Kyler Murray. So those are the 10 openings we're going to talk about. There's other teams we could argue. We've talked about the Jets potentially firing Aaron Glenn, one and done. I don't think that's going to happen, especially with a guy with his pedigree. I think they're committed to rebuilding and letting him kind of help shape the team how he wants to. So, and they did win after they traded all those guys, which was crazy.
Yeah.
But we've got this coaching pool here, Trey. I'll read the names off really quick, and then we'll go team by team and talk about who's a good fit for each team. So,
sure.
Klint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Kliff Kingsbury, Washington's offensive coordinator. Joe Brady, Buffalo's offensive coordinator. Matt Nagy, Kansas City's offensive coordinator. Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Packers. Aiden Durd, the first British coach, the Seattle defensive coordinator. Jesse Minter, the Chargers defensive coordinator, Chris Shula, Rams defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, Minnesota's defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, San Fran's defensive coordinator, and then 2 long lost names, head coach Bill Belichick and Mike McCarthy. 2 Titans just waiting to be scooped up. So we've got a nice little pool here. We'll go through each team, and we'll go pretty quick because we got people coming on at 7:30. So Giants. What do you think the Giants need? Do you think they need an offensive mind or defensive minded coach? And
I think they need a defensive minded coach. I think the perfect fit, honestly, is Robert Saleh. You bring him back
to New York.
Yeah, you bring him back to New York. Wouldn't that be crazy, right?
That would be crazy. That defense would be unbelievable.
I didn't think about him as a potential candidate for New York, but my father-in-law, he's a Giants fan, and he texted me this week, and he was like, I would love Robert Saleh. And the more I thought about it, I was like, that would be incredible. Truly incredible. Like, because then you already know Jackson Dart can ball. You already know that Malik Neighbors is the guy. You already know that Cam Scatterbo, hopefully he comes back at least 80% of what he was able to do this year. And then you have a great offense, and then you hope that Theo takes that step. But then you just really you form this incredible defense on the other side. And Saleh obviously has done that everywhere he's gone. Even when he was with the Jets, their defense was so good. And, that's why Sauce was always in the conversation of, is he the best corner? He's not, but he's good. But in that system, he was just so good. I think adding him to the Giants would be that would be scary.
Yeah. I actually love that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm coming from Daboll. I was thinking offensive coach, but now you said defensive coach. Sports Zone also said defensive side for the Giants.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. The only other guy I'll throw in there, because Saleh would be sick.
Yeah.
Brian Flores would also be sick. That defense would be insane.
Yeah.
The only other guy I think about is Jeff Hafley, which I didn't know much about this guy, Jeff Hafley.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's the Packers defensive coordinator. He coached a lot in college football. He actually just returned to the NFL. He was a previous assistant with the Buccaneers and the Browns and the 49ers. Coached a lot of secondary was his expertise.
Sure.
So when I think of the Giants, they have a struggling secondary. They have a really good front seven. Getting someone like Hafley who can get the most out of the secondary might be a great add for this team. And then offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, the guy who's going to be the interim head coach. I mean, he's the guy calling the plays right now. Yeah. So I don't see why this offense would be any different. Bring in one of these defensive coordinators as your coach. I think it's a great move. So
and
let's move on.
It would be cool, just last thing on Kafka. It would be cool to kind of see him do an Antonio Pierce type thing with the Raiders, where they just went on this Cinderella run after he took over midseason. And you hope it has a better ending than, his one and done season. Right.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think that would be honestly best case scenario for the Giants.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Moving to the Tennessee Titans, a job probably nobody wants, but who do you see as the best option for the Titans?
I think here you also have to, I won't say defensive. You need an offensive guy. You just drafted Cam Ward. He's got no weapons. You need somebody who can look at him and say, this is where he's going to excel at. These are, and this is where you go with that. I kind of like Klint Kubiak. I kind of like him going over there from Seattle. I mean, you obviously see their offense is going crazy. Save for this week, I know it was weird. Again, divisional game, but they, despite putting up 44 points, Sam Darnold had 3 turnovers or something, whatever it was.
I think did he have 3 turnovers?
I thought he had 2 picks and a fumble or something, or
oh wow,
2 fumbles and a pick, go back and look at something crazy like that.
I know they jumped out to a 28-0 lead.
Yeah,
2 defensive touchdowns, and there's just. It was over at that point. So
but when you do that, you have margins for error like that. You can have 3 turnovers at that point and allow them kind of back into the game, but you're not losing the game. Anyways, they obviously need something like that, because I think it was week 7 before Cam Ward had his first touchdown. right?
Yeah.
And he's the number 1 overall pick. You need an offensive guy in that room, and you need to say, let's change this culture around together. Like, and I don't know. I like the Kubiaks. Obviously I watched the Broncos win a Super Bowl with Kubiak and his father, and not Klint. Yeah, and it was awesome, dude. But what do you think?
So I think that definitely getting an offensive minded coach. I think one of these coaches that kind of simplifies the offense. So to me, Klint Kubiak, I just think Kubiak's probably the best potential coaching hire out here. So he's the guy that I was thinking about for the Steelers, him and Brian Flores, because I just love Flores. He would bring the just dog back to the Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah.
But Klint Kubiak, I think, is the best coach in this cycle. He's going to be good wherever he goes. But other than that, Kliff Kingsbury, I don't necessarily love him as a coach, but you see what he did for Jaden Daniels in his rookie year. You see what he did for Kyler Murray in Kyler Murray's rookie year. Both of those guys had dominant rookie years as quarterbacks. But it's because he plays such a simple system. I watched so many Commanders games last year, and I didn't come away from those games going, oh man, Jaden Daniels is so smart and he just looks like a veteran out there. He just was taking the easy stuff and they were moving the ball down the field. Even their 4th down plays were such simple plays. Nothing was complicated. And I think that's what Cam Ward needs. I think he'd be a great fit. Joe Brady is very similar to that as well. Yeah. Likes to run a nice balanced offense. So Joe Brady would also be a good coordinator to go there. You just got to hope if you're a Titans fan that you don't go get Matt Nagy. For the love of God, please don't. It's not good for you.
Stay away.
You could get Mike McDaniel, but we won't talk about fired head coaches. So let's talk about the Dolphins. Dolphins will be without Mike McDaniel in this scenario. Who do you think they should go after?
Dude, this is the one that's I'm struggling to really find the right guy here. Somebody that we haven't mentioned yet, Zach Robinson. I kind of like him.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of like Zach Robinson. He comes from that McVay tree. There's concepts that they run over there. They can unlock Tua. I think as best as you can unlock Tua. But
I didn't lock him. Yeah. I didn't lock him from the team.
Yeah.
Drop him.
Maybe you just bench him. You draft somebody this year and you just bench him. Maybe that's what you have to do. I don't know, but I kind of like Zach Robinson. That was one that I kind of thought about a little bit today. This one was kind of tricky though. I don't really have somebody who I see going in there and being able to immediately turn it around. Unfortunately, I just feel like they're cash strapped and they've got holes all over the field.
Yeah. Can I tell you who I think is the best fit here?
Sure.
Oh gosh, what's his first name? Chris Shula.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Looking something. So Chris Shula, grandson of the great Don Shula. A lot of coaching blood there. He's also part of the McVay tree. He's the defensive coordinator for the Rams right now.
Yep.
I think the Dolphins will probably lean more defensive since McDaniel was so heavy on the offensive side. But McDaniel coming from the McVay tree, so does Shula. Interestingly enough, Shula actually was the defensive backs coach as well as the passing game coordinator in 2022, I believe.
Interesting.
So he coached both sides that year, which is really interesting. Makes sense being a DB coach that you'd understand the offensive side as well. But, it just seems like they're kind of grooming him to be a head coaching prospect. Yeah. And I just think he'd be a great fit there, especially with the history. The funniest scenario here is Brian Flores coming back and coaching the Dolphins. Even Robert Saleh would be sick. Both of those guys would be pretty sick there. But I definitely think they go defensive, especially with the league changing. So that would be my proposal for Dolphins head coach.
Yeah.
Let's talk Falcons.
Okay.
Falcons right now, dominant defense. Lot of potential in the offense. Still kind of hit or miss here and there. So Raheem Morris gets the boot. Who are you putting in there?
I kind of like, and we didn't talk about him yet either, but I kind of like another defensive guy. Okay. I wonder if you can guess where I'm going. In the AFC.
Okay. Give me a little hint. Bronco,
Top 5 defense.
Vance Joseph.
No. I don't want Vance Joseph to go. I want them to offer him $15 million a year.
Top 5 defense in the
Yeah.
AFC. Gosh, who is that?
Steve Spagnuolo with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah, Spags.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, the only reason I didn't put Spags on this list is I just
Yeah.
feel like Spags has been like, yeah, I've done the head coaching thing. I'm not going to do it again. He could go back to the Giants, which would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Spags is a great coach.
Yeah.
I think Spags is great.
I think if he were willing to do it, like I think the Dolphins should do anything in their power to go get him. They have to be able to stop the not the Titans, but the Titans in their division, right? They have to be able to stop the Buffalo Bills, the now New England Patriots, who look unstoppable. Like you need a defensive guy that is going to help you win your division. Like that is the goal, is to win your division every year, first and foremost. So you have to be able to stop that kind of stuff. And he has frustrated Josh Allen on many occasions. And so I don't know. That's what I think. Looking at that division, that's where I would go.
I love it. Yeah, I think defensive side definitely makes sense. Well, I mean, it all makes sense. I think staying within that McVay tree is a big deal for them. Kubiak would be like my favorite guy here, just because you look at Michael Penix, struggling quarterback, but you look at the weapons they have. They have the Drake London and they have the Bijan Robinson. Like Kubiak would just love. We pray to God for fantasy purposes that he doesn't do a 50-50 split with Bijan and Tyler Algier, kind of like he's doing with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. But he would be a great fit there. Other than that, I think like guys like Jesse Minter, Aiden Durd, these are two defensive guys that I think are just solid coaches. They'd probably do a good job. A really interesting one would be Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy coming back. Dude, I don't think he's that like great of a coach, but he's got an insane record. Like the dude just wins games and like I don't know. So
I just realized I was referring to the Dolphins the whole time I was speaking. I was like, I heard you say Falcons, but I was talking about the Dolphins a little bit more. Anyways.
Let's hit the Browns. So we'll go quick. Browns boot Kevin Stefanski, rebuilding the team completely. Who's your favorite choice for this?
So Klint is my favorite here. And this is probably going to be for a lot of them, right? Because like you even said it yourself, he's probably the best one out there. And so everyone should be in the Klint Kubiak sweepstakes. So I think everybody should be, vying for this guy. Like I think that should be, the guy that you go after if you're going for an offensive guy. But
just for everybody who doesn't know, Kubiak, son of Gary Kubiak, former Denver Broncos head coach,
and
quarterback. So he has coached for quite a few teams. He was the quarterback coach under Kevin Stefanski with the Vikings back in 2019, which is great for him. So he comes out of that Stefanski kind of tree. He coached with the Broncos, passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach, and then he was the quarterback coach or the passing game coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers in 2023, which that was Brock Purdy's like breakout year. So probably his best season to date. Then you go to New Orleans last year. Obviously they were great for the first 2 games and then everybody died. And now this year the Seahawks is the biggest surprise of the season, and it's the Seattle offense that's like balling out right now. And really I'd say it's thanks to Klint Kubiak. So really excited about Kubiak. I think he's a great hire there. Only guy I would think of here that would just be like would break NFL Twitter is Bill Belichick. What an insane like comes back to the NFL, takes over the Cleveland Browns, helps rebuild them, takes them to the Super Bowl. Now who's better, Tom?
Full circle.
Full circle moment.
Tom was definitely better than Bill. Tom was better at quarterback than Bill was at coaching. That's for sure.
I'd say so. Belichick just was such a good like schemer against certain teams. And he could do a lot of things because he had Tom. But we'll do one more because we're still waiting on one person to show up. So let's talk about who's the fun one. Let's talk about the Bengals. If Zac Taylor were to go,
Yeah.
Who would be a good coach here in Cincinnati?
Cool. So this is where I was kind of alluding to earlier. Joe Brady.
Yeah.
You bring him over from Buffalo back to back to that connection with Joe Burrow from LSU. Match made in heaven. I don't know why you don't do that.
Yeah.
They just honestly they just go into their bag. They're like, hey, Jamar, hey Joe, like let's get in here and let's do what we did in college, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
that was my easy one for the Bengals. So if we likely, I think we will see Zac Taylor get the axe. Joe Brady going over there, I think is a match made in heaven.
Yeah. What's the one that makes me just want to like puke and die is Matt Nagy going to the Bengals. Just talk about a horrible fit for any team. The worst fit ever is Matt Nagy going to the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Oh my God. Like so bad. Dude. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think Joe Brady going to the to Cincinnati, reuniting with his college buddies is good. Yeah. One of these defensive coordinators would be a great addition too.
I was going to say that too.
A guy like Flores, I think would bring so much, and he kind of fits that like that grimy like Bengals defense, the identity that they used to have in a good way. Like I love Flores's defense, and that's what they need in the AFC North. So we've hit quite a few teams. We'll save a couple for after this, but we got a couple guys on. We're going to chit chat with them about tonight's game. So let's bring on Jose and Alex. Fellas, what is up?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going? I'm excited for tonight's game.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex is excited.
Yeah, Jose, how excited are you as a Jets fan tonight?
Dude, I'm actually dreading this. I'm actually trying to put myself in the shoes of an actual Jets fan, and on paper, this looks like a bad night for me. So,
I love all the Jets memorabilia. You got your stuff behind you.
I should have put some more Jets stuff up.
Yeah, yeah. For those of you who don't know and didn't get to watch last week's episode, Jose's a big Broncos fan, and he predicted a 34-3 beat down for the Broncos against the Raiders. And so because of how badly he was off, he's been sentenced to covering the Jets tonight.
I've been demoted.
So Jose, do you have any thoughts from that Thursday night game? Trey and I were going back and forth, but
oh my God. Yeah, no, it was probably the most frustrating game I've had to watch. But mainly just because it's probably the most recent Bronco game that I've had to watch. I mean, that's literally been the Broncos the last like decade. Great defense, horrible offense, and just a punt fest all night.
Oh.
So and you know what? Even at the end, like the Broncos were driving to close the game, I was just begging for them to like score, even kick like another field goal with that last like 2 minutes. It wasn't worth staying up all night for. So that really sucked.
I read your article. There was something I didn't look this up, but I'm going strictly off your article. You said there were 15 punts in the game. Is that right?
Yeah. There's like 15 punts.
That's
and I can't remember.
So crazy.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. I think there was 3 scoring drives. So I think there was more turnovers than scoring drives. So it's pretty insane.
Man,
it was a gross game. Very gross.
I'm hoping this week's is more fun.
Well, we got another big favorite in division Thursday night football game. So you never know.
Yeah,
maybe this is the one.
Smash the under.
Yeah, maybe this is the one. But let's get into this. So, Alex, Patriots are red hot right now. They won their last 7 games. Drake May's breaking out in a huge way. What do you think is the ceiling for this team right now? Like, do you think they can go all the way?
It's a little bit weird because I went into this year thinking this is our transition year from our rebuilding phase to going for Super Bowls. And basically in the modern NFL, either you've got Patrick Mahomes or your Super Bowl window is while your quarterback's on a rookie contract. So
that's right.
When we drafted Drake May, I was hoping in his 3rd year and his 4th year that we could make some playoff runs at the Super Bowl. This is happening way sooner than I thought. And I think it's going to come with a little bit of consequence for the Patriots. I don't see us as a Super Bowl team. Being reasonable, I don't see us making it all the way to the big game. We are definitely a playoff team at this point. I mean, hopefully after tonight, we're 9-2 and almost clinched. I think that we're going to be a divisional round exit this year. I see us being able to beat a wild card team like the Chargers or Broncos. If we play the Ravens, if we play the Chiefs, I think it goes another way. But yeah, sorry, Trey. Sorry to two Broncos fans here. I think we could beat y'all. I don't think
Don't
we're
say
gonna beat
sorry.
Kansas City.
They don't deserve that.
But but yeah, it's an amazing year for us no matter what, and it sets us up for so much success in the future. But nobody on our roster has been to the playoffs. Well, actually, maybe like one player on the roster has been to the playoffs with the Patriots. But yeah, it's not a team with experience. I don't think this is a Super Bowl year, but I do think that it's definitely a great year for setting up for the next two.
Yeah. Jose and Trey, would you agree with the sentiment that you either have Patrick Mahomes or you don't?
I mean,
Literally, yeah.
I mean, he's made like every single AFC Championship game since he's been a starter, so that's nuts, man. But I was gonna say, like, for the Patriots, they kind of remind me of the Commanders last year with Jaden Daniels, like the same sort of like vibe, like rookie quarterback playing great, defense, showing out for the team, new head coach. And I think, everything's not perfect. And I think I heard you guys earlier saying that, like, Jaden Daniels wasn't, doing anything crazy or spectacular. He was just kind of taking what was there and kind of being efficient with the football. And that's kind of how I see, Drake May playing. And, like, obviously, I think recently, and what's kind of had him in the MVP conversation is he's been hitting a lot of crazy shot plays and a lot of big plays down the field. And he's being pretty explosive. So I actually see them making the AFC Championship game at this point.
Wow.
Woo! Oh, that's hot.
That's like my comparison. So
I love it. Yeah.
Well, if they don't,
May.
you have to cover the Jets entirely next year.
That's right. Yeah, Drake May, definitely the better deep ball thrower between him and Bo Nix. But anyway, let's talk to Jose. Jose, Jets just traded away a bunch of major pieces from the team at the trade deadline. They still managed to pull out a win against the Browns on Sunday. What does that win mean for the franchise, if anything?
Yeah, no, I think it actually means a lot. With Aaron Glenn taking over that team, they've had a rough go of it so far, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. It's been almost an entire month since they've lost a game. So they definitely have some momentum on their side. And I think, a game like tonight where they're playing a team that's, obviously superior to them on paper, at least, is a chance for them to take that next step and, a chance for Aaron Glenn to prove himself as the future head coach of this team. I'm not saying they have to win this game, but if his team can play with some grit and play with some passion and, basically not get the doors blown off, I think that's going to be a good sign for Aaron Glenn and his future with the Jets.
So like a 10-7 loss.
Yeah, no, seriously, a 10-7 loss would be perfect for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I mean, even
That's
like,
a win.
when you think about how the Patriots want to play football with Vrabel, he wants to control the football. He wants to run the ball. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a super low scoring game that the Jets are kind of just hanging around the whole time. Similar to the Broncos game earlier this year when what was the score on that one? 13-11.
Yeah.
So we could be in for an ugly game, especially just considering the two head coaches in this and kind of the game plan and the mentality behind both teams. But yeah, I think this could mean a lot for the Jets if they can stick around and make this competitive.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all of these, like, these top 5 in the draft, the 2026 draft teams right now, like all these terrible teams, they all want to play spoiler, right? Like all of these head coaches, they want to, like the Jets want to come out and they want to knock off the Patriots. They want to say, we want to end this 7-game win streak right here. How great would that feel for us? And yeah, it would be a huge win for Aaron Glenn. I don't think it's a realistic goal, but weirder things have happened before.
Yeah, seriously. And I just have a bad feeling about it because, like, last week with the Broncos on Thursday night, division game, Broncos on that win streak, nobody was on the Raiders. I feel like I've seen a lot of fans and on people on the internet just like, oh yeah, let's take Jets money line tonight. Like everybody's, gung-ho about the Jets because they're on that 2-game winning streak. But yeah, I don't think it's happening tonight. Hopefully they can keep it a close game and, give us something fun to watch. But I think, the Patriots are obviously better and it's going to be tough for the Jets to hang around.
Well, let's stick on that. And let me ask your opinion on this. I mean, their season's pretty much done. They're really looking towards the 2026 NFL draft. Obviously, they can play spoiler, and against a divisional team, maybe that's more enticing. But as a fan, as a team builder, would you prefer them to try to win out, or would you prefer them just kind of set up for next year and
Yeah,
get a better
well,
spot in the draft.
Yeah, from like a fan's perspective, I do see like the appeal of wanting to tank, but this isn't like a super heavy quarterback draft coming up anyway, and that's probably the main piece that teams want to tank for. And unless you're like a huge fan of Mendoza, which I haven't seen too much tape on him, but I mean I've heard mixed reviews. So unless that's the guy that you really want to go for, no, you got to go out there and try to win this game, especially to build the morale and to change the culture and to kind of get Aaron Glenn going to where he wants to be. You got to at least go out there and give it your best effort, even, from owner and management perspective. Like, you got to go out there and try and win games the rest of the season.
Yeah, it just feels like they put themselves in a really odd position, trading away so many players at the deadline, stocking up for the 2026 draft, which as of right now is not looking to be like the most talented draft, especially at the biggest position they need, which is quarterback. You could argue that team was ready for, maybe not like a deep playoff run, but they were close they just didn't have a quarterback. And so it just feels kind of weird that they made all those moves at the deadline. And that's why I was hoping you would say that about the quarterback class, because that 2026 NFL draft QB class is just not, I don't think it's very good. If you want to go get Ty Simpson, Fernando Mendoza, that's up to you, but it feels like another Zach Wilson. So let's move over to Alex. Alex, what exactly have the Patriots done this year that's helped them improve so much from last year? What's been the key to their success?
We did something that we never did in the Bill Belichick era and didn't really do last year either. We used free agency to restock our team in the places that we needed it. We got Morgan Moses to play right tackle, bring a veteran presence. We used the draft to get rookies like Will Campbell, Garrett Wilson, who have started on our O-line the entire season. Back to free agency, we signed Carlton Davis because we needed a second cornerback. We signed Harold Landry and Robert Spillane, two of our best linebackers already. They have been our two best linebackers. Then we got playmakers like Milton Williams and Caleb Chason, who have been putting pressure on the quarterback, which we struggled with awfully last year. Still hasn't been an amazing pass rush, but much improved. And then biggest of all, Stephon Diggs. He has changed the game for Drake May, given him there is somebody drawing defenders on the field for the Patriots. And we haven't had that since, I don't know, do you even want to say Julian Edelman was doing that? Because he wasn't the type of guy to really draw defenders. I don't remember the last time that we had a guy doing that. Randy Moss. Yeah, sure. Brandon Cooks, maybe that 1 year. But yeah, the free agent acquisitions for the Patriots have been huge, and they've set up Drake May for success in his second year. It is the formula for winning in the NFL. Draft your franchise quarterback and then set him up for success. And it worked like a charm for the Patriots.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And the Commanders did that last year. They were very active in free agency. And I think Jose was the one who brought that comparison up earlier. I think it's a great comparison. Young quarterback, new coach. And they just added a whole bunch of free agents. They kind of rebuild the identity of the team with new guys. And that I think is so good. I know a lot of Patriots fans and myself were whining and crying during the offseason because they didn't really sign like a big receiver. Like they got Diggs, but he's 31 coming off an ACL injury. People were concerned about that. People were hoping they'd go for one of these bigger name guys. But I, like you said, Alex, I think Diggs has been plenty fine. Like he's drawing, he's forcing defenses to focus in on him. And that's opened it up for guys like Kayshon Boutte and Mac Hollins and Pop Douglas, even Kyle Williams this last week. How excited were you when you saw Kyle Williams just flying?
And Mac Hollins, underrated addition as well. He's really been able to stretch the field for the Patriots too.
I think he'd play a lot better if they didn't make him wear cleats, but that's just me.
Yeah, we've all seen the videos. He's a
what's going on with the running back situation in New England?
Ramondre Stevenson's out again with a toe injury. So Travion, I mean, everybody's been complaining for months that Travion's not getting the ball. Now that Ramondre's gone, he has to get the ball every play. And he had two amazing rushes this past game. That is true. Did he look amazing? Did he look amazing on the rest of his plays? Debatable. So it's still going to be Ramondre and Travion splitting snaps when Ramondre's back. But for now, it is Travion Henderson's season. You're welcome, fantasy owners, including me. Me too.
That's right. Alex is just a very I've learned this about you, Alex. You're a very level-headed fan. Like
Yeah.
you don't just jump in with guys, like I'm very like wishy-washy, 1 week I'm like, yeah, Mike Tomlin. The next week I'm like, fire him, get rid of him, So, but I will say this about Travion. This past week, he allowed 0 pressures in pass block situations.
That was big. 6 pass blocks, 0 pressures. Yep.
Mike Vrabel was excited, but then Mike Vrabel was just so pissed when Travion just broke it for those long touchdowns. He's like, God, they're going to be calling for him.
Did you see Alex, you probably saw this. I don't know if you guys saw one of those touchdowns. Travion was like checking with the sideline.
Yep.
It was incredible. He was like, can I score? Am I allowed to score?
Heads up play with,
Yeah.
minute 30 left in the game, breaking it all the way to the end zone. He's looking over to Patriots sideline like, do I house this? And
So
then
crazy.
Vrabel gave him the go, and then he just ran it in.
And he's just like he's so far ahead of everybody else that he can slow down and do that. He can slow down and have a conversation with the Patriots sideline. It's incredible, man. It was so cool, man.
Kind of looked like an abuse victim. Like, can I score, please? Dad, Mike, please. Sports Zone says Drake May is good. He can lead his team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he can say that because as a Giants fan, he's daddy to y'all. So, anyway.
All
right.
These jerseys are sick for the Patriots. I'm seeing them on my TV right now.
Dude, they're sick.
Those grays are sick, man. They're
so
clean.
cool.
The Northeastern jerseys, they're sick.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this keys to victory, final score predictions. Let's start with who wants to start? Trey.
I'll go.
All right, Jose.
Yeah.
We'll go Jose. We'll go Alex. We'll go me, and then we'll go Trey. I'll let Trey go last.
Right. Sweet.
Yeah, I'll go real quick just because like the path for victory for the Jets is pretty much one option. You have to utilize Breece Hall. Last week, he only had 6 first-half carries, which is kind of ridiculous when he's supposed to be the focal point of your offense. If the Jets can give this guy like 30-plus carries or 30-plus touches this week, I think they have a puncher's chance in keeping some ball control, keeping the ball away from Drake May, and kind of utilizing that ground and pound offense with Justin Fields and kind of go in, old school triple option, ground and pound, like 0 air yard type of a game and control the clock. That's pretty much the only way the Jets have a chance tonight. So let's get Breece Hall some love tonight and get him in the end zone a couple times.
Love it. Alex, what do you think?
My number 1 is pressure Justin Fields. Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. If we pressure him during this game, he's going to get uncomfortable. We have a good secondary. As long as we're getting pressure, that defense is going to be firing on all cylinders. I don't see a route to the Jets scoring more than 13 points if we play. I don't actually, even if our defense is bad, I don't see him scoring 20. So pressure him and then just let the offense do its work. It's been a well-oiled machine all season long. I think that if we just have okay rushing as long as we rush the passer well, the game's going to fall into place for us. And my final score prediction yet or no?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'd say final score prediction 23-10 Patriots. I think it's a low scoring game, but I think it's clear from the first half who's going to win.
Jose, did you give a final score prediction? I can't remember.
No, but I'm having a hard time coming up with mine because I want to be a little bit of a Jets homer. Yeah, go for it.
34-3.
I knew you were going to say that.
Jets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, yeah, I've been doing so terrible on my predictions lately. Like even like at home on my just making my own bets. Like I've had a rough couple of weeks.
Oh no,
I'm not getting anything right.
If it makes you feel any better, Trey and I have both been pretty bad the last 2 weeks predicting these, and we do this live.
We've been perfect. Don't lie to him.
Everybody sees this. All 4 million of our viewers.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go into this one. Biggest problem for the Jets right now is they're without Garrett Wilson. He's on IR. He's like the playmaker, and especially to beat the Patriots, you got to throw the ball. Their defense is great against the run. They're one of the better defenses in the league against the run. So this is just a really bad matchup for the Jets. So I definitely think that they're going to struggle. I think the Patriots just need to come in and handle business. I do see Travion getting quite a lot of work tonight. And with them running him more to the outside rather than straight down the middle, he's going to have some success against this defense. I'm going to say that this game's going to be 27-3. Patriots beat the Jets.
I like the confidence there. I like that one.
I feel that. All right, Trey.
All right. Yeah, I think you guys pretty much nailed like what each team has to do. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Garrett Wilson is on IR, so your only weapon is Breece Hall at this point. I mean, you have what? Alan Lazard, is he wide receiver 1? Like,
shout out Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
Shout out Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell's active tonight.
Oh, yes,
that's true. That's
he's
true.
actually gonna be sick.
He's the dagger, man. Give
him 4
he'll
catches
get one probably,
and let him get 27 yards.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, and then I think it's pretty simple. Like you said, Alex, like you just have to pressure Justin Fields, and then it's easy. It's so easy. And we watched the Broncos pressure Justin Fields for 60 minutes. It was incredible. That 9 sacks they had that game. I don't even remember how many quarterback hits they had outside of the sacks. And yeah, I mean, he looked like a high school football quarterback, like not even a quarterback. It looked like I could do what he was out there doing, which is nothing. And my goodness, he really does crumble under pressure. I mean, just call him paper mache. Anyways, yeah, I don't know how you stop the Patriots. I don't know how you stop the offense in particular, because they have such a good defense, but they're also explosive on both sides of the ball. So I don't know. Even in what I thought was at least the first half of the game last week, I thought Drake May was having a more grounded game than he had the rest of the season. But then the second half, like he just looks so good again. Yeah. And so I really don't know what the Jets can do to stop him. But let's see if Aaron Glenn knows how. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a big big score. I'm gonna say like 35-6. No, let's go 6-7. Right? That's what people they're saying nowadays. 6-7. 35 to.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on.
35-6 is what I'm going with.
I'll fix this. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're better now.
Kick them off.
All right, welcome back.
You put me in jail.
You need to think about what you just said.
Time out.
Real quick, I'll bring up.
Viewers go to 0. Viewers went to 0. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah.
SportsZone predicts Pats winning 24-16. I forgot to mention this in my my prediction, but another reason I'm scared on the Jets tonight, Bump Cooper is currently questionable for the Jets. So
it's a great name. I have no idea who that is, though.
Me neither. I pulled up the game preview and it had the injuries, and one of their DBs is named Bump Cooper. So
that's why you're nervous.
Yep. Yeah, this is what's causing me little nerves for the Jets. But
yeah.
Anyway, Jose, Alex, guys, thank you both so much for being on. Appreciate you guys. Go enjoy that game tonight.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Oop. Messing that all up. Good.
You have to put me in jail in front of my friends.
I did it to Caleb on Sunday. I don't know if you saw that part, but
yeah, I did.
I asked a question. I wrote down the question like a week in advance, and then the question was obsolete, and he brought it up, and I was like, "Hold on, let me fix this." I took him out, and then the other Anthony said, "Well, I was actually going to bring that up." Caleb told me, he was like, "You should have put it to him too." I was like, "Oh man, I didn't think of it," but that was funny. All right, that was great. We only have a few more minutes left. I think we've talked a lot about the coaches.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to cover the last couple teams, but we kind of gave everybody a little bit of a primer. This is way early, but it's just looking forward to it. But let's get into some of these games, Trey.
Cool.
And while we do that, I'm going to pull up these matchups, and then I'm going to pull up our record from last week, because it's fun to look at this. So, nope, wrong file. Give me 1 second. Here it is. All right. So currently, or last week, you went 7-7.
Ooh,
not terrible.
That's terrible.
500.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard. I was 6-8.
Ooh, that's worse.
So now brings our overall record. I'm at 68-46. You're at 66 and 48. So 2 games apart.
So close. That's crazy. Like
It's crazy how close we
That's
are.
pretty crazy. Like the amount of games and us being right there, just so similar to each other.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I took the Steelers to win in prime time. That was just so dumb of me.
Yeah, same.
Some of these games I look back on and I'm like, what was I thinking, brother? Like,
yeah, but also it's like, yeah, and I knew when I picked the Bucks last week over the Patriots, I was like, I shouldn't do that, and then I did anyways.
I just couldn't do it. I mean, we both took Bills over Dolphins, so we're both idiots. So
yeah,
we just don't know ball.
That's why I didn't put money on the game.
That's right. All right. So, wow, we still have international games Sunday morning. They're going to Spain, Madrid.
That's crazy. What?
We've got the Dolphins and the Commanders playing the 3-7 off. Who you got in this one, Trey?
Dude, this is I don't know. This one's kind of weird. I'm going to take the Dolphins though. I think
take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean they're coming up, they're kind of on a little hot streak, 1-game winning streak, right? So and beating a division, a division rival, that's got to feel pretty good. So yeah, maybe they're trying to put something together for next year. And I just haven't seen the Commanders do anything, noteworthy. So
yeah, the only thing that changes this for me is Dan Quinn is taking over defensive play calling duties.
Okay.
So that's very good for the defense because I think Dan Quinn is a very good defensive coach.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stick with the Dolphins, man. The Commanders' defense is so jacked up, and the Dolphins' offense is peaking. I mean, at least for this season. So yeah, Dolphins win that one. All right, Panthers at Falcons.
Yeah, give me the Falcons though.
Yeah. I'm going with you, Falcons as well. They got to get revenge off of that 30. What is it? 30-3,
30-0. Like they shut them out.
30-0. Yeah, total shutout. That's not happening again.
Yeah.
And this is at home in Atlanta. Yeah, no way. Falcons are winning that one, and the Falcons are 3-6. They have to win out to have any chance at the playoffs. So yeah, Bills Buccaneers. And this is at Buffalo. Kendrick says, "Keep the faith, guys."
Yeah,
you mean keep pounding?
Yeah, keep pounding. That's right.
Sorry, Kendrick. Yeah. I need to know your thoughts on Bryce Young because it's not looking very good right now, my friend.
Yeah. Bills Buccaneers. The Bucks haven't looked very good in a few weeks, and so they kind of scare me. But the Bills also don't look good, and they just lost to the Dolphins. So, oh my gosh, these are like some pretty good, like close, bad team games. I don't know. You go first. I'm still deciding.
Well, did you hear Baker and Josh Allen going back and forth in the media this week?
No, I didn't see that.
So initially, the beat writers asked Baker what he thought about Josh Allen. He's like, well, I have to walkie-talkie to him because he's so freaking tall. He's like 6'10", and then he said he has to wear gloves because his hands are too small.
Oh my god!
And so then they brought that up to Josh Allen when he was getting interviewed, and he was like, he said that, and he shot back by saying that Baker wears 2 gloves when he golfs. So they were it's pretty funny to see them going back and forth. This is an interesting one, but I think the Bills at home, after losing last week, it's hard to bet against the Bills. And Buccaneers, like you said, have looked kind of bad. They're still without Bucky.
I'm
going Buffalo.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Buffalo too. Just, oh my gosh. Like, I want to pick the Bucks, but I can't. And so I think just by default, I'm picking Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, Texans at Tennessee. Who you got in this one?
Texans. Yeah, Davis Mills. Oh, man, that team looks better without CJ Stroud. It's weird.
Yeah, Stranger Things, my brother. Stranger Things,
man.
But yeah, I'm going Texans on the road. They're going to shut out the Titans. Cam Ward, poor guy.
Their defense is so good, man.
Send them to the Wolves.
Really good.
Yeah. All right, Bears at Vikings.
Yeah,
in the dome.
Okay, so this comes down to which coordinator I trust the most. And I do trust Brian Flores most here. So I am going to take the Vikings, and I think he's going to frustrate Caleb Williams.
Yeah. I was man, I think I'm on the same thing, dude. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one. I just don't think Caleb Williams has been all that impressive this year. I think Minnesota will dial up the blitz early and often. Caleb's going to get quickly frustrated. They have been very resilient these last couple weeks, but I think this is where it ends in the dome playing against Minnesota. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. So,
Yeah.
All right, Packers at Giants. Giants with the new interim head coach.
Dude, I'm taking the Giants.
Whoa!
I'm taking the Giants. There's something about like an interim head coach coming in and the guy's just like rallying around him. Plus
100%.
Jameis effect. I know earlier I was like, yeah, he's going to throw 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and he's going to lose. But I actually think they're going to win. I think there's something seriously wrong with I mean, we talked about it earlier, but Matt LaFleur, he's probably on the hot seat because he's coaching terribly. And the team is executing terribly. And that all comes down to discipline. And so, give me the Giants. I want to see Jameis. Go crazy on this defense. I think that'd be so fun.
I love that pick. I want to take that pick, but we've agreed on like everything tonight. I'll stay with the favorite with the Packers. I just think that defense.
Yeah, but before the show started, you said you were going to pick who you think is actually going to win. Stay true to yourself.
I don't think the Giants will win.
Okay, cool.
I think the drop from Jackson Dart to Jameis is a lot, and Jameis is good, but the receivers he's throwing to. I mean, he's always played well when he's had a receiver. Like at least he had Jerry Jeudy with Cleveland. And Cedric Tillman. I might be wrong. I don't know. This one I'm probably going to eat dirt on. Real quick, we'll bring this up from our boy Kendrick. When not pressured, Bryce Young is one of the best game managers, but when pressured, he's arguably the worst quarterback. I'm at a point where I think he's the reason why our offense has stalled and hasn't grown. Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. I think that's exactly it. And I think his confidence is just totally shaken. You can see it in the box score. Like, I mean, the dude is throwing like 100 yards a game, and for any quarterback to only throw 100 to 150 yards a game consistently is not good. That's I just think he's like damaged goods. I think me and Caleb talked a bit about this on Sunday night, was that he needs some time to sit a couple years behind some other quarterbacks. He probably needs to go sit in one of these Shanahan systems and just, learn. The other thing for him is he's so small that like it is hard to see down the field. So unfortunately for the Panthers, I just think that it's an unavoidable problem that they're going to have to address here soon.
And he needs to take like the same Sam Darnold approach,
That's right.
Like go learn from a bunch of the best QB guys in the league and, come tear it up in Seattle in 8 years from now.
I just think the game's too fast for him. I think it's never really slowed down. And, as much as Dave Canales is a good coach, I think we're seeing that Baker Mayfield was just really good. Yeah. And that Matt Canales might not be, or Dave Canales, he might not be the quarterback whisperer we thought he was.
Right.
There was a lot of hope after the last part of last year, but I don't know. Sports Zone says go Giants. He's got the Giants winning. Packers. So good. Let's go. All right. Oh God. Bengals Steelers at Pittsburgh. Uncle Joe is questionable. He's still got that shoulder, but he's definitely playing. It's going to be terrible. Who you got, Trey?
What if they did bring in Joe Brady? Then they got Joe Brady, they got Joe Burrow, and they got Joe Flacco.
The Joes.
Yeah. Joes. Anyways.
Regular Joes.
Yeah. After what I saw last Sunday night, I'm taking like anybody over the Steelers. I don't know. I think because they've shown that they can put up a lot of points, and we haven't seen that from the Steelers since week 1, like when they dropped 40. I was that the most that you guys have scored this year?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's bad,
sorry, man. This is
I'm gonna stick with the Steelers, even though Bengals defense is terrible. They're overall the 32nd ranked defense. Rush defense, they're 32nd. Pass defense, they're 30th. scoring defense. They're 32nd. Steelers have the 32nd ranked pass defense. So this is just going to be, once again, another shootout.
Dude, cinema. I'm ready to watch this.
It's so gross. I can't.
It's going to be fun for everybody watching. You're going to hate it.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to hate every minute of that game,
Yeah.
but I will stick with the Steelers because I have to.
Okay.
Love for the game, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Chargers at Jaguars.
Oh, that one's kind of spicy.
Yeah. I want to see. Is Brian Thomas playing? Is my question.
Yeah. Give me the Jags.
Not that it makes that big of a difference, but yeah, I'll go Chargers. Chargers played really well last week. Really shocked me. Their offensive line was atrocious against everybody else, but against Pittsburgh and that, $4 billion defense. Yeah, not good. So let's go Chargers. Seahawks at Rams. Oh, dude, we've been waiting for this one.
Dude, this might be the most excited I've been for a game all year long.
I might have to watch this one the whole way through. Oh, it's at the 4:00 game too. I can't wait. This is gonna be good.
I thought that the Niners Rams game last week was gonna be the one. But my gosh, this one is going to be incredible. At least I hope. I mean, on paper, it's got the makings to be incredible. Oh my goodness. Because I love what both of these teams are doing.
Yeah, we love both of them.
And
these are the best two teams of the NFC.
Yeah, yep. All from the same division. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna go Seahawks because
you're the Rams guy.
I know.
I wanted to go
a Rams
Seahawks,
guy,
dude.
but I'm going Seahawks because of what I said. Was it 2 weeks ago when I read the stat, and I don't know if this is still true, but top 5 in both offense and defense. So I'm taking Seattle.
Pain. I'll go Rams. It's so close. I mean, it's razor thin. I really wanted to go Seahawks just because I love them. It is at home for the Rams. That
doesn't mean anything.
It maybe
they
not.
don't
It didn't mean
like,
anything.
Like nobody in LA is like, I don't know. They don't the Chargers and the Rams don't really have fans like out there in LA.
Right.
Like everyone coming is like from a visiting team. Like
They're just
40%
celebrities that just don't know what else to do with their time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Rams. Stafford's playing at an MVP level.
He is. He is.
Shout out Kendrick. He's back. We can't depend on Andy for the future. Speaking on Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next for the position if we decided to move forward for Bryce Shador. It's a good thought. I don't even know what the Browns' plan is for Shador.
Sell merchandise.
With Dylan Gabriel being, pretty mid, they'll probably keep him. Plus, they got rid of Flacco and Pickett. They cleared the quarterback room. So clearly, at some point, I think they want to play Shador. If I'm the Panthers, who am I thinking of? Mac Jones would be my guy. Mac Jones has played at a great level this past year. He'd be a guy that maybe you don't build on. He's a bridge quarterback. I think he's a darn good bridge quarterback. Outside of that, I don't really know what other options there are. It's the quarterback. This is going to be a problem coming up in future seasons, especially with the quarterback draft class being poor, is that, we're going to run out of good quarterbacks. And I think that's going to be kind of a scary proposition for the NFL. But
Captain Kirk.
Anyway.
You go get Captain Kirk. I mean,
Kirk
in division, so I don't think it's going to happen, but
yeah,
again,
maybe
Stranger Things.
Yeah. All right, let's move. 49ers at the Cardinals.
I said I don't think that happens, but we saw an in division quarterback trade this year.
Yeah. I mean, it happened. Yeah. Joe Flacco has played for 3 of the AFC North teams. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I think it changes once they get over a certain age.
Yeah.
All right, 49ers at Cardinals. Who you got?
Niners.
I'm going to go Cardinals in this one.
I was going to say,
no, you can't say
their defense, like the Cardinals defense is like
playing
low key, really good.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey, though. I don't trust Jacoby Brissett to be able to overcome the 49ers as much as I do. Yeah, they got Salah over there still. Yeah, give me the Niners. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals in this one. Offense has been clicking. Marvin Harrison will be out, so that's a big loss for the Cardinals. I think the defense is built for this, though. They do get, I believe, Trey Benson back, so the run game will be alive. Trey McBride's going to have a huge game. This is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be high scoring. Jacoby's played really well.
Man, the NFC West, they're good, man. That's a
Kendrick says Kyler Murray, and that's the reason I didn't bring up Kyler, because he's literally Bryce Young,
He's the same
except
thing.
worse.
Yeah, he's
Except
older.
worse. Yeah, exactly. All right, Ravens, Browns in Cleveland. Who you got in this one?
Ravens.
You hear Lamar Jackson's questionable
Yeah, he's
in
gonna
practice.
Play. He's gonna play. They'll juice him up.
Hey, I think he'll be fine. I think Ravens are winning this one easy.
Yeah,
They can't lose. I mean, they just can't. That would be terrible.
yeah.
Here's another great. This is a great week for games. We've got Chiefs at Denver playing the Broncos, Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, we
Who you
do.
got, Trey?
You're taking the Chiefs?
I'm
I
taking the
assume?
Chiefs all the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Give me the Broncos, baby.
No
I'm gonna-
Pats or Dan.
They don't need Pats or They got Riley Moss out there.
I heard Riley Moss on Pat's podcast talking about how he thinks he's the fastest guy. He's faster than Pat Surtain. And I just think Rashi is going to run circles around him.
That's okay. Pat Mahomes can't hit anybody. He can't hit anybody down the field. You talk about inaccurate.
You can't talk on Pat Mahomes after we just pulled up the stat about Bo Nix being terrible.
Go watch any of the games this year. Like, he cannot hit anybody deep. Go watch any of them.
He's been way better this year than he was last year.
That doesn't mean anything. He was terrible last year.
What was that tweet I read you? Oh, here it is. Bo Nix off-target rate of 39%, which is 32nd among quarterbacks over 10 yards.
We're not
on
comparing
throws.
Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes. You're saying Rashi Rice is going to run circles around
Rashi
Riley
Rice
Moss.
doesn't run. Rashi Rice doesn't run far down the field. He just catches little dink and dunks, and then runs after the catch. That's what I was referring to.
See.
So,
We'll see.
Oh yeah, I think Chiefs win this one big. I think it might be 31-13.
You're man. It's 5-4 team. Like, you're banking on a 5-4 team. Like, it's crazy to me.
I'm banking on them.
All right.
Lions at Eagles. This is Sunday night, right? Yeah, Sunday night football. That's a good game too. Gosh, such good games.
This is a good week for football. My gosh. Lions.
Wow. Yeah.
Their offense is just so much better than Philly's.
I agree. I think Philly's defense is better, and I think that Detroit's defense has really struggled this year. I will go Philly in this one.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it, but I'll go Philly.
I just yes, Philly's defense is better than the Lions, but it's not a great defense. It's probably
it's top half of the league.
Yeah,
top half of the league.
Maybe 12.
We just saw them hold the Packers to 7 points.
Yeah, but the Packers also only scored 10 points against the Panthers. What are you talking
and how
about?
many against the Browns?
I don't remember, actually.
I'm just trolling now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles defense is that good. It's a top half of the league defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's all they need. Turnovers is going to be the big one in this game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to actually be a really high scoring game. And I think AJ Brown gets back on target. So that's cool. Yeah. Especially after all the stuff. You see him playing Fortnite with his friend, or he was playing Madden, I think.
Oh my God.
And he was like, if you got me on your fantasy team, get rid of me.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm just trying to stay positive.
I did see that.
It's so sad.
Hey, overall, a total defense. This is Fox Sports. Where do you think the Eagles are ranked?
I'd say 11th or 12th is what my head says.
Total defense, that's passing and rushing. That's your guess. 18.
Okay. All right.
18.
Only a couple spots.
Where
are the Steelers?
Passing defense, they are 14. I'll go back to Steelers in a second. Hang on. Rushing defense, the Eagles are 19. So,
yeah, they've been bad against the run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's they're not a good defense. They're okay. And all that to say, the Lions can exploit any part of that. They stay away from Quinyon Mitchell, they're going to win.
Yeah. I think they're fresh out of the bye. They beat the Packers. I think they've made some changes. They add Jalen Phillips. They might be a little better than what they were. Still going to be a good game. And then Monday night's going to be a fun one. Cowboys at Raiders.
Hang on, I'm looking at the Steelers. Hold up. Oh,
31st.
just guess.
31st.
No, they're better than that. Total defense, they're better than
27th.
that. They are 28.
28.
Again, I don't know what this like. I don't know what this is calculated on.
That might get Mike Tomlin
What's
fired.
their passing defense? You think
32nd.
Yeah,
32nd.
they're 32.
Yeah.
And then their
they're
rush
atrocious.
defense. Their rush defense is 14. So not bad. They're tied with the Raiders.
They're so bad, man. They're so bad. All right, Cowboys at Raiders.
Oh, Cowboys.
Yeah, this feels like a Geno pick six fest.
He's not good.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Do I want to do that? I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm going with my heart, dude. I'm going with my heart.
You're ruining your
Brock
record.
Bowers is back. Ashton
You gotta go with your
Jensen
head.
back.
You bet
well, I
with your
gotta pick
head.
one. I gotta pick one upset. Come on, man. Shoot.
Yeah. There will be one upset at least.
There's
There
going to be
always
at
is.
least one.
Every week. There
And
always is.
Monday night, Cowboys, the heavy favorites, even though they only have one extra win. Yeah, this is the one they're going to
All
lose. So cool. All right. Well, that just about does us. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like on the video. Leave us some comments. Thank you to everyone who's hung out with us so far tonight. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow us on social media over there on X, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. We're active on all of those. And if you don't get to listen to the stream, make sure you follow us on podcast. Anywhere podcasts are streamed, you can hear us. And please leave us a review. Reviews help us out a ton. And with that, we will see you on Sunday evening to review these games. So hope everybody enjoyed it. And y'all have a great week 11.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheure Jewelry. Bonheure is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.